This is the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
From 98.1 CHFI Studios in Toronto, Canada.
Hey Toronto, this is Ed Sheeran.
This is Kelly Clarkson.
Hi, this is Bryan Adams.
This is Adele.
This is Madonna.
It's Michael Bublé, and you're listening to the Pooja and Gurdeep Show. It's fun. They're amazing.
Did you watch any of the Met Gala last night? It's one of fashion's biggest nights. It's also a fundraiser for the Metropolitan Museum of Art. That's supposed to be the whole point. Nobody ever really talks about that part. They really are focusing on the fashion. Jennifer Lopez, she's one of the co-chairs, was in this beautiful, gorgeous gown. And apparently it had 2.5 million beads just on the gown. It was gorgeous,
Handcrafted?
stunning. It was artisanal. And
Boutique?
From a boutique.
Sounds delicious.
Yes, and one of a kind.
Wow. I'd be afraid to brush up against anything. Imagine like she's just like walking, she brushes up against the wall, like beads, like oops.
Yeah, and has like a ripple effect, like a domino effect of all the beads suddenly, and then she's naked.
I'd be very worried.
Yes. And Anna Wintour, she's the editor of Vogue. She throws this party every year. And she has 2 rules that if you break, you will never be invited back. Any guesses what those 2 rules might be?
Don't look her directly in the eye.
No, they're actually much simpler. It's no smoking.
Okay.
And you can't touch the artwork.
Okay. So these are probably like the museum's rules, but Anna Wintour is the face of it. She's enforcing these rules, which makes it scarier. You don't want to break Anna's rules.
No, because
you can break the museum rules. You can't break Anna's rules.
Yeah, because not only will you not be invited back, but like you'll be banned in fashion. You'll be looked at that way.
And I don't know much about her other than she terrifies me based on the portrayal, which was not meant to be about her, but was really about her, Meryl Streep in Devil Wears Prada.
Yep.
She seems very scary.
It's true, if that's her, but she says it's
But
not.
eventually has a soft side you can break through at the end.
If movies have taught us anything.
Yeah. Do you have, what are your Anna Wintour house rules when someone comes to Casa Honda?
So I'm pretty easygoing. Like, I'm not that person who's like, take off your shoes.
You are easygoing. You
Yeah.
let me leave my outdoor shoes on, and I feel weird about it.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty easygoing. Like, it's just stuff. It's not a big deal. But where I have a problem is if you actually break something or damage something and you don't tell me. Like, I've had a party and the next day, in the corner of the room, there's like a wine stain on the floor. And I'm like, hello, if you just told me about it, I could have maybe tried to get the stain out.
Okay, when I Googled it, it said it was going to come out by itself. It's white wine. How did you see it?
Yeah. Sometimes you find a surprise in the bathroom and you're like, how come nobody told me this was in here? I wish somebody had told me.
What kind of party guests are you inviting over? See, this is why we need to hang out more. You're hanging out with the wrong people, Pooch.
Is that what it is?
I wouldn't do that.
And one time, so say the one rule is like, if you damage something, just tell me. That's it. I'm pretty easygoing. I'll fix it. I'll replace it. It's not a big deal.
Right.
The second thing is don't wear my clothes without permission. Again,
who are you inviting?
One time we had a house guest and he came down in my robe and I'm like, where did you get this from?
He came down in your robe?
In my robe.
There's a lot of follow-up questions. Was it the robe that had 2.5 million handcrafted beads on it?
Yes, and then I just pulled one and then he was completely naked. Do you have some house rules?
I should have gone before you. Mine are pretty basic. Yours are very detailed and specific. Mine are just take your shoes off and use a coaster.
From CHFI Studios,
It's the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
5-time Super Bowl MVP, most career wins, most career touchdowns. You have 7 rings. Well, 8 now that Giselle gave hers back, but...
By the way, single life is what you deserve because you had no choice. Giselle gave you an ultimatum. Giselle said, you retire or we're done. Let me tell you something. When you got a chance to go 8 and 9 and all it will cost you is your wife and your kids, you gotta do what you gotta do. Do you understand me?
Honestly, it is great to be with a bunch of people sitting around talking smack about Tom Brady. Or as we call that in the Manning family, Thanksgiving.
Did you catch the Netflix roast Sunday night of Tom Brady? It was pretty fun, and at times got pretty offside. We played you what we could play you.
Yeah, he was a pretty good sport. You can only imagine when you sign up for this, you kind of have to be ready for every single person to roast you, and they're going to like leave nothing off the table, right?
I love a good roast. Everyone got the assignment. Have you ever been roasted? Do you think you could be?
I'd like to think I'm the kind of person who could be, but I don't know. I feel like I don't know if I could do the roasting, that's for sure, because I just feel too mean.
Well, we were tasked with a little assignment.
Yes, we were.
Going to do a P&G roast that's P&G friendly.
But this is taking it to another level because it's roast status. I don't think we've ever done this before.
Are you ready for your roast?
Oh, dear.
Well, friends, let's gather for the roast of Pooja Honda, the human embodiment of a loading screen. Pooja's mastered the art of being fashionably late to everything, including the punchline. But seriously, guys, Pooja Honda, radio host, TV host, actress, dancer, weekend chef, best friend. Is there anything you can do? Pooj, if you were any slower, you'd be a geological event.
Oh my gosh.
So, here's to Pooj, the queen of slow motion, the tech challenge trailblazer, the human equivalent of a dial-up internet connection, and the punchline's greatest mystery. May she continue to baffle us with her unique brand of comedic timing. Pooja Honda, everybody.
Wow. I feel like you actually went easy on me.
Also, I'm sorry. I actually really like you. I didn't mean any of that.
I thought you went easy on me. I thought you were going to be meaner than that.
Wait a minute. Then what are you about to do?
Oh, no. Okay, here we go. My legs are shaking. Here we go. Gurdeep.
Hi.
Looks like the Toronto Maple Leafs aren't the only ones having a tough time scoring lately. Pretty sure you are both experiencing a drought this season.
Wow.
Are your gray hairs starting to outnumber your playoff disappointments yet?
Oh, man.
Okay, let's keep going. Gurdeep, the man of many talents, wearing hats backwards, loving boy bands, and racking up injuries faster than Mario Kart power-ups. You are the unsung hero of cinema, the extra. Remember that film you starred in with Kevin Costner?
Yeah.
Don't worry, nobody else does. Are we still friends?
That was so good. I was worried it was going to be meaner. That was actually pretty nice.
Okay. We're still friends, right?
Yes, and we're both roast masters and roasties.
I don't get it. I missed the punchline.
The Pooja and Gurdeep Podcast.
This is the Pooja and Gurdeep Podcast.
It's National Concert Day. Yeah, that's what a concert sounds like. What is the most memorable thing that has ever happened to you at a concert, good or bad? You can give us a call, 416-872-CHFI. Pooja, what's the most memorable thing that's happened to you at a concert? You've been to a lot.
Yes, I actually recently went to a concert with you. We hung out. And
We did.
We went to go see Gwen Stefani.
Yes.
And I saw a side of you that I had never seen before because I guess we don't hang out at concerts enough.
Yeah, I mean, whose decision is that? Yours.
So I got to see you just sort of like rocking out.
Let my hair down.
Letting your hair down, enjoying the music, dancing on the spot to the point where I secretly recorded you.
Yeah.
I posted it to Instagram and the caption was, still think we should hang out?
Don't you want to hang out with that guy?
You were so fun. I do want to hang out with that guy, but also just like, I've never seen you with that sort of reckless abandonment before. Just like jumping up and down, singing to the lyrics. It was a little funny to watch too. Because it wasn't necessarily coordinated. But, you know, rhythm doesn't have to be part of anything.
Hey, listen, rhythm is a dancer, okay? Yeah, it was Gwen Stefani at the Grand Casino Resort, the brand new facility out by Woodbine Racetrack. We had a great old time, and I'm just saying that's just a little soupçon, a little preview of if you allow me in and we start hanging out a little bit more outside of work, that's what it could be like.
It was memorable is the point. What's the most memorable thing that happened to you at a concert?
Well, this is embarrassing. I've been to lots of concerts, great memories, core memories. I'm going to share one that happened in grade 7, grade 8, and it's the most embarrassing thing I've done at a concert. So this was my first rock concert, okay?
Okay.
My brother was kind enough to get me tickets for my birthday to Bush X, which was like my favorite rock band of the 90s. It's Maple Leaf Gardens. I had a math test the next day. My mom's like, you got to study for the math test. So I'm thinking, okay, the opener is Veruca Salt. I'm like, whatever. I'll just study during the opener. Because I thought you could do that at a concert. I didn't know. I was like 13 years old. I'm like, I'll study during the opener.
You brought your books
I brought
to a
my
concert?
binder, my math textbook, my compass and my protractor and my ruler.
On.
My compass, because it's like sharp, and my ruler, which was metal, got confiscated at the door. And the person looked at me like, what are you doing? They confiscated it. I didn't know concerts get fully dark and super loud, so I got no studying done.
This was your first concert ever?
No, I went to Vanilla Ice when I was 8, but that's for another story. This was Bush, and it was loud, and it was amazing, and I stayed up for the first, half of the concert, and then it was pretty much my bedtime. So about halfway through the set, everyone's standing up, and my brother, I guess, looks over at me. I am sitting down asleep, snoring, binder on my lap.
No.
I fell asleep at the concert. It was late.
Who falls asleep at a rock concert?
Listen, if you're sitting down, the bass and the vibration in the seats, it basically turns into a massage chair. The lights are out. It was amazing. And it was bedtime. It was a Tuesday.
And you were doing geometry in your head. You're like,
yeah.
Good night.
It's a great show from what I remember. What is the most memorable thing that's happened to you at a concert, good or bad? Give us a call, 416-872-CHFI.
From CHFI Studios,
It's the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
CHFI.
Secret Voices.
CHFI Secret Voices. This is now the second biggest jackpot in Secret Voices history with $141,250. And we got a first timer who's gotten through Jonathan Malevsky of Toronto. What's going on, Jonathan?
Not much.
Not much. What did we catch you in the middle of this morning?
Not much. Dropping off kids at daycare.
Oh,
lovely.
Are they in the car right now?
No.
Oh.
You already dropped him
Been
off.
dropped off
You're
already.
like, finally, I'm free.
That's right.
Jonathan, you sound remarkably chill. Is that because you just dropped the kids off? What do you got going on today?
No, I'm just trying to process all of this.
Oh,
'cause-
like getting the call.
Yeah, that's right.
So you've been playing along in round 9 or in all of the rounds?
Following for at least 4 or 5 rounds.
Wow.
Took a while to get the call. I mean, we've got over 1,500 people entering every time we play, so it's not easy to get picked, but it happened for you. Jonathan, if you were to win $141,250, what would that money mean to you and your family?
Probably paying up Passover bills.
Oh.
Passover gets expensive, huh?
It does, absolutely.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you've thought about how you would use the money.
Just a little bit.
Now, do you play by yourself or do you play with
On my own.
coworkers?
On my
family?
own.
On your
On
own.
your own. See, that's the
On my own.
best, because that way,
Yeah.
if you win, you get to keep it. You don't have to be diplomatic and be
That's
like,
right. I
oh,
don't
I'm
say
playing with
anything.
15
Yeah.
coworkers.
Yeah.
I keep it hidden. That's right.
I'm keeping it all. Okay, well, you got to win it first, Jonathan. So why don't we go ahead and
Okay.
play you the 5 famous voices. You tell us who you think they are. Are you ready?
Yep.
Here it is.
CHFI.
Toronto's perfect music mix.
All right, Jonathan, who do you think those 5 famous voices belong to?
Okay, so we'll go with Sia, Niall Horan, David Hyde Pierce, Liza Minnelli, and Jeff Bridges.
All right, just recapping here. Jonathan Malevsky, your 5 guesses are Sia, Niall Horan, David Hyde Pierce, played Niles on Frasier. Love that show.
Mm-hmm.
Brilliant actor. Liza Minnelli and Jeff Bridges.
Yep.
Jonathan, would you like to go ahead and lock those guesses in?
Please do.
Locking them in. Giant novelty key.
I'm curious, Jonathan. How confident are you in your guesses?
Relatively. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, not giving a percentage. I like that. Jonathan Malevsky of Toronto. Let's see if you're going to be sipping sherry tonight.
Yes!
You just won CHFI Secret Voices!
Are you serious?
You just won $141,250 plus because you just got the final name. You win an extra $1,000 on top of that.
It was Niles the whole
serious?
time. It
Are
was
you
Niles.
serious?
I am serious, Jonathan.
Okay.
This is happening, Jonathan. This is happening.
Okay.
Hold on. Are you still in the car?
I'm in the car now.
Okay.
Problem is I have to go teach.
Guess what, Jonathan? Kids are teaching themselves today. You're taking the day off, my friend.
I'm not so sure.
Jonathan, how are you
Yeah.
feeling right now?
Just processing this.
Jonathan, you just won $141,250. Oh, tax-free, might I
boy.
add. That's the equivalent
Oh,
of a
boy.
salary that is in the neighborhood of about $220,000.
Okay, remember, I'm keeping this hidden, so try not to spread this to...
Right. So that's Jonathan, Jon.
Much appreciated.
Jonathan, not only did you get that last name, but it was important that you got them all right and in the right order, which you
That's
did.
right.
And I
That's
mean,
right.
I asked you how confident you were. You said relatively. Why was that the name that stuck out to you?
Every time I heard it, I said, it can't not be him. So it was like I had a good feeling.
Wow.
And I guess you watch Frasier? Is that why that name stuck out to you?
I do
Yes.
more than I'd like to admit.
Me too. It's such a good show.
Yeah.
Jonathan,
It's amazing.
are you trying to get off the phone with us while we're trying to keep you here because we're just so excited for you?
I know. I do have to teach. Are you committed to that?
Are
So,
you
yeah.
going to tell any of your colleagues, any of your students, or are you just going to
I'm
try
gonna
and
wait.
not explode?
I'm going to wait until they ask me.
Okay. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to hang up the phone with us. You're going to take a deep breath. You're going to not believe that this is your life, but it actually is. You just won yourself $141,250 and more, actually.
Yeah, an extra $1,000 for getting the last name, David Hyde Pierce, which I'm so glad we can now say because I'm trying really hard not to say it. We just popped off 2 confetti cannons in here for you. I now have confetti in my coffee thanks to you.
Okay.
Jonathan's like, I got to go. Okay.
I do.
Jonathan, congratulations. Do me a favor.
Thank you so much.
Just hang on the line. We just got to get some info from you off air, but congratulations. You've just won the second biggest jackpot in CHFI Secret Voices history.
Amazing.
Well done.
Thanks for listening to the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
Listen to Pooja and Gurdeep live weekday mornings from 5 to 9.
Only on 98.1 CHFI.
Toronto's perfect music mix.